glad you're here. This is my last Wednesday being here. Some of you know I had to think about realigning my schedule for this year. I've honestly been working on overdrive since my studio closed in 2020, trying to figure things out, trying to make things work, trying to figure out how to create an income when our industry was hit so hard. In that process, I moved to Nashville. My heart is always in Franklin, and my heart is always with you guys. And this was a really, really tough decision. But for about 9 months, I kept getting signs and synchronicities and messages or inner messages telling me I needed to create change and I needed to create room because I have new projects that I've started and I've got new projects I want to begin. I'm never going to quit teaching, but I had to start creating space in my schedule. So instead of driving 4 days a week, which is 2 hours in the car for me every day, Monday through Thursday, I am now rearranging my schedule. So I'm here on Mondays, and I'll be in Nolensville on Wednesdays. So that way I'm only in the car that much and driving that much 2 days a week. If you're interested in seeing what one of those new projects is, it's Awakening Soul Truth. It's a YouTube channel that me and Allison created. It's content, it's conversations, it's about spirituality, yoga philosophy, metaphysics, what the world's going through right now, and how to spiritually evolve. So that's what that project is. And then I'm also wanting to start another project with Allison. We're going to start creating some corporate wellness plans where we go into corporations that want us to come in to give their employees a little work-life balance, where we go in for like, say, 4 hours, and we're going to be teaching them breath work and teaching them yoga and teaching them mindfulness, guiding them through meditations, and even doing sound baths with them. So if you're in a corporation and that sounds like something maybe your employers would be interested in, we'll be starting that this year, later, but not right now. Mercury's in retrograde, and Mars is in retrograde, and Mars is the planet of action. So it's not an ideal time to start new goals. It's not saying you can't, but it's just better to like retreat and go inward and plan right now, and then get into it a little bit later in the month. So that's the idea. I do plan on staying here on Mondays and doing workshops. And I'm continuing my online program. So if you're really missing this gentle restorative that I offer on Wednesdays, I'm going to be recording that and sending it out online. So if you're interested in that, just contact me and let me know. Same with the Ashtanga that I'm going to go over. I'll be sending this out quickly as well. All right. So getting into our message for today, I want to share a myth because I am not into yoga being an exercise. It's never been fitness for me. And once I discovered the true depth of yoga, I want to bring meaning to the practice. I want to bring some inspiration to the practice. And what we're going to focus on today is a story, because yoga stems from India, and there's a lot of myths behind the poses. And while we're doing the poses, we're going to be bringing a little bit of the story into our body's expression. And there's always a moral to the story. So I'll go ahead and share. This one is behind the corpse pose. The corpse pose is what we take for relaxation at the end of our practice. We're lying on our backs this way. So in the end, when we take corpse pose, it's a way for us to integrate the benefits. It's a way for us to absorb the energy. And it's a way for us to meditate on the fact that we're not just this physical vehicle of matter. We're not just the intelligence of the mind. We are spirit. We are infinite beings. We are light bodies. And being in that still state called corpse pose, it's recognizing that through your own inner experience. I can't just tell you that. You have to have your own experience. So discern what I'm saying right now. Eventually, hopefully, you'll get that experience and you're like, yes, there's this inner witness that's watching my thoughts. It's not actually my thoughts. Yes, there's this inner witness behind the workings of my body, sensation and emotion, that's not actually just who I am. Like there's more to this. All right, so there is a myth behind the corpse pose. And Shiva, one of the characters in the story, is the Hindu god of destruction, transformation, and death and time. And in the Christian Trinity, he's like the Jesus in a way. So Shiva likes to sit and meditate for hours and days and months at a time. And there's actually a mountain in India, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's considered Shiva's mountain, where they believe, Shiva sat to meditate. And when Shiva was around, and when the way he's depicted as kind of like an Rastafarian. He's got long dreadlocks. He kind of looks like a wild man. And he was celibate, and he was a recluse, and he liked to be alone in meditation. Well, there was this demon in the story that was harassing the other gods. And the other gods were getting upset with this demon, and they wanted to be done with this demon. But according to the prophecy, this demon could only be destroyed if and only if Shiva had a son or a child that could take it out. Well, the gods are looking at Shiva and they're like, he's never going to father a child. He doesn't even get out, But there's this goddess, this earth goddess, and her name's Parvati, who's already smitten by Shiva, who's fallen in love with Shiva, and always finds a way to go across the mountain to see and check on Shiva and meditating, just to admire him. And so they call up the god Kama. Now, Kama is like the Greek god in their mythology, Eros. Eros? He's the god of love and eroticism and passion and ecstasy. Well, this is Kama in the Hindu form. And they're somewhat like the Cupid, right? Pulling the bow and arrow for the love potion. And so they call it Kama, and they're like, Kama, we need your help. We got to get rid of this demon that's just annoying to get out of us. So can you allow Shiva to fall in love? And we found the perfect person. It's Parvati, because she's already in love with him. So he's like, okay, I have my mission. And so he waits until Parvati's up on the mountain, and she's going to be checking in on Shiva. And Kama comes down with his bow and arrow. And at the moment Parvati's walking by, he pulls his bow, he strikes the heart of Shiva, and Shiva opens his eyes out of meditation, and he sees this beautiful goddess standing in front of him, Parvati. And they lock eyes. And when they lock eyes, the chemistry is strong. He's smitten by her now, and they want to unite. They want to come together because it's love at first sight for him. And then his third eye opens, and he realizes Kama's in the corner, and he's been struck and manipulated by the arrow of love. And so he gets upset, looks at Kama, boom, takes Kama out. And now him and Parvati are all like wrapped up in each other. And then Parvati starts thinking, she's like, oh no, you just destroyed Kama. He's the god of love. Humanity needs Kama, because if there's no Kama, if there's no love potions, if there's no arrows of love going out to humanity, no one's going to fall in love. There's not going to be procreation. Humanity's going to die out because they're all going to start to isolate and be alone. And so Shiva's like, well, I don't really care about that. I have my yogic powers, and yogic powers allows me to rise above any and all desire. And when Parvati heard that, she was hurt. She was heartbroken, because if Shiva is saying he doesn't even care about desire, and desire is what they were experiencing together, then he's going to rise above that, and he's going to let her go, and they're not even going to be together. And so out of emotion, out of extreme love, and also out of rage, she incarnates to Kali. And Kali is the goddess of creation, but also the goddess of transformation, death, and time, similar to Shiva. So she comes out, Parvati disappears, and the mountain that was full of light turns dark. And Shiva falls to the ground because she's laughing as she stands on top of him, and her laughter spreads throughout the cosmos. And Shiva's scared of her, and he's looking up at her, and he's completely still, lying in corpse pose. And standing over him, she says, "You have power to overcome desire. But remember, you like to dance. You can be the dancer, but you can't dance without my power. My power, the feminine power, is the creative life force energy. It's what gives you that animation and expressive of movement. You desire to sit and meditate, but you can be the meditator, but you can't meditate without having the life force energy to be able to concentrate with. So you have nothing without me. You are inert." And in that moment, he has this realization, she's right. And so he understands he needs to resurrect karma so that love can continue and so that procreation and life can continue on earth. So there's the gist of the story. And the moral of the story with corpse pose is, yes, we're meditating on the fact that one day we're going to die, but life keeps living. We just change form. Our spirit lives on. And the other moral of the story is, when we're lying in the corpse pose, when we're completely inert, to even allow the breath to subside out of your control so that you can just bear witness. And it's in that bearing witness that you have your own inner experience to discover this for yourself. You don't have to believe what I'm saying or what any other scriptures or people are saying. It's all about you and your truth and your experience. And just see what you're bearing witness to. The thoughts running, the emotion rolling, the sensation coming and going, and even the breath slowly getting less and less. It's all you need when you relax. Sound good? All right, let's begin. Now we have some inspiration. Sit on something, maybe a bolster, maybe a block or pillow, or we don't have pillows there, but folded blanket can work like a pillow. And fold your legs in if that's comfortable. If it's not, when you guys coming back from knee surgery, you need to straighten the leg. And then we're going to rest the hands on the lap. The arms sloping down are going to be the slopes of the mountain. And then allow the crown of the head to rise towards the sunlight. And let that be the peak of your mountain. Close your eyes. And notice when you're sitting with the spine erect, if your abs or your back feels strong or weak. Don't judge it. Just simply be aware of it. And attempt to keep your spine elongated. And then check in with the state of your mind and attitude. How are you feeling today? And know that we're here to practice mind-body practice. We can shift our energy into a better and more positive place. Begin to incorporate your deep yogic breaths so that you're mastering your breath, controlling your breath, taking more oxygen in. But remember, within oxygen is energy, and with energy, there is consciousness. So try to completely inflate your lungs, and then freely deflate the lungs when it's time to breathe out. As you replenish your lungs, know that you're replenishing your spirit as well, because this is the greatest gift of the divine. We're gonna start with Parvati, the seated mountain pose. As you inhale, circle the arms up overhead. Place your palms together, bend the elbows. And then if they're closing in, see if you can splay them wider. And notice how it broadens your chest. Now we're gonna close the eyes again. If you happen to have any heart issues, or I don't think anybody in here is a possibility of being pregnant, but those 2 reasons you wouldn't want to hold your breath. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Draw the navel in and up towards your heart, retain and hold the breath briefly. And then exhale, release it all out and away. Take another deep breath in. Suction the belly in and up towards your heart. Hold the breath just briefly. And then exhale, release. We're doing one more. Inhaling. Drawing the navel in and up. And then exhale, let it all go. And then affirming, as you comfortably breathe, my thoughts and energy rise up to touch the sky. And then on your next inhale, lift the arms up overhead, spray the arms and fan them out around you, and then go ahead and come away from your prop that you're sitting on, slide it off your mat, and we're all gonna get up to stand, okay? Now, when we get up to stand today, those of you doing this from home, just come to the top of your mat. Everyone here today, you're gonna stand at the back of your mat, facing the back wall. You're not gonna be facing this way long, so don't worry about it. Marianne and Sharon, you guys are training teachers, you can lead the way here, okay? They're to the right. On your inhalation, just look down and really ground and root your feet. Carry the left arm up alongside your ear, stretching it up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, curve to the right side. Good. When you curve to the right side, check in with your breath. Make sure it's still open and free. If it's not, you may be doing too much physically. So feel free to back up a bit. The right arm's just hanging loosely down. Breathe into your left lung, creating this crescent moon shape with your form. The crescent moon represents consciousness with sacred symbols. On your next inhale, gently rise up to the top. Exhale, let your left arm go, and everyone step to the left. You're facing the windows, and you're separating your feet wide, bending your knees. Now roll open through your thigh bones. Bring your hands to prayer position at your heart. This is the Kali goddess pose. She was the one that came about when Parvati got upset. All right, on your next exhalation, let's bring the fingertips down to the floor, keeping our torso parallel to the ground. Keep sliding your thighs open. Keep your neck in line with your spine, and you can just look down below the face. And we're really opening and stretching the hips and the inner thighs. All right, on your next in-breath, you're gonna spin your heels back behind your toes. And on your next exhale, you're gonna allow the head to descend in the direction of the floor. Your hands are welcome to slide back in between the feet, but shoulder distance apart. Notice how even with the hand shoulder distance apart, the elbows may kind of drape open. So if your hands can flatten down, don't worry if they can't, but if they are flattened, you're gonna roll your elbows towards each other, rooting down through the base of your thumbs, bending the elbows back so that you're working your triceps, deltoids, outer shoulders, and obviously hamstrings here. Let's all take a deep breath in. Exhale, breathe it out. Affirming here. I now release all mental burdens and barriers. On your next inhale, let's walk the hands forward and lift the head and the heart up. Place your hands to your hips. Root your feet firmly to the floor and slowly come back up to stand. All right, if you haven't already guessed, we're working into a little bit of a moon salutation. Turn your right foot to the back edge of your mat. Lengthen your arms out shoulder height. We're going to stretch out over the right leg. And then we're going to windmill the right hand down and the left arm up. Good, this is called triangle pose. Beautiful form. You're trying to open up space from the diaphragm muscle, stretching from the navel into the sternum, stretching out through the thoracic spine behind the heart, stretching long through your limbs, fanning the fingers wide on the upper hand, and affirming energy and joy flow down to me. Now on your next out breath, turn your gaze down towards your right foot, lunge that knee, bring the hands down to frame it and wiggle to the back toes, lifting the back heel. You got it. Now, pay attention here. We're gonna hop the back foot, a baby step forward, planting the foot, and then steady, 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 floating the hands up, squaring the hips, and you're going to depend on Sharon for this one, okay? She's in the far right corner, close to the door. All right, now bring your arms up. We're going to archer's pose, Sharon. So the arms out in front of the chest. Good. Fingers curl in, thumbs lifted. You got it. Now imagine you're like the Cupid pulling the bow. So you're pulling the left shoulder only back. Bend the left arm. That's beautiful, Patty. Good. Take the thumb to the top of the head. Patty's in the pink shirt. All right, now slowly start to twist to your right. And you can follow Sharon's lead, twisting to the right towards the door that leads to the bathroom. Good. Push down through the feet. Stay strong through your legs. Rotate through your belly. Gaze at your right hand if possible. That's our focus. Now, just like the Cupid is sitting in the love potion with the arrows, you can affirm mentally within, I'm focused on sending love out into the world. Good. As you exhale, let's slowly unwind from that position. Nice. Relax your arms down and place your hands to your hips. Good. Now your hands here at your hips are going to be good information for you. Square your hips so both hip bones are facing that wall in front of you. Good. Really push down through your back, ankle, and heel. Lift your chest up and start to fold out over your right leg. Slow and steady. Be cautious here. Shine your heart forward and out as you bend down. Find your degree of flexibility and focus and hone in on your breath. Breathing in and out with depth and control. Inhale, slowly start to come up. Good, when you start to come up, you're gonna turn your right foot in, your left foot out. All right, we're facing this side again. All right, now, bring the heels towards each other. Come back into your Kali Goddess position. From your Kali Goddess position, hands to prayer position at your heart. We're gonna lean the left arm down to the left thigh, reach the right arm up overhead or across your ear if you want a little bit more. You can follow Betsy's lead if she's a better viewpoint for you. She's in close to the planets here. All right, inhale, slowly come up. And rainbow across, right elbow to right thigh, left arm up towards the sky or over across to the ear. Good, inhale, come back through center. I know my legs are starting to burn too, but try to stay with me. Hands to heart, let's do the breath, the lion's breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale, expel the tongue, breathe out through the mouth. It's kind of like I am a woman, hear me roar, right? And then slowly turn your heels back behind your toes. Relax your arms down. Turn your left foot and then step up. Now you're facing. This is the only way I could try to make it work with the recording, okay? Ground your feet flat. The teachers were on the back row. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, let's sway to the left. Feel that crescent moon shape to the side of your body. And know that it represents the state of consciousness. They've been discovering that fascia inside the body carries the energy, and in the energy is information and intelligence. It's new science, but the yogis have said it for thousands of years. Inhale, let's build it up. Exhale, this time we're going to step to the right. However, now some of you may need just the Kali goddess again. The rest of us, we're going to see if we can drop lower this time into Malasana. Now your heels might be up, and that depends on, your calves, your ankles. Impressive, Trisha.
What?
That's impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you.
All right, now I don't want you to do this, Trish, because I know you're gonna want to, just don't. And if you need to come out, come out. But the rest of us are gonna try it. Okay, Marianne, I forgot about you, but I trust you know what you're doing. Okay, your left arm is gonna press into that thigh and open it up more. And then you're gonna reach the right arm out and up towards the sky. You got it. Yeah, come out if you need to. Absolutely. Exhale. Let's bring the right hand down, but remember, we're going to slightly shove that knee back, which in turn opens the hips. And then take the left arm out and up. And breathe, of course. Good. Exhale, bring that hand down. Turn the heels back behind the toes. We'll straighten the legs out. This time we'll stack the hands to the hips or waist and fold back down and in. Now I want you to notice where your weight is falling in your feet. Because some of us pronate or supinate the feet. Some of us roll to the inside, some of us roll to the outside, and if you're unsure, look at the soles of your shoes and see where they're wearing out. And that will help you determine what you need to work with on the mat. So we want to try to press down through all four corners of each foot. When you do that, feel the knees lift, feel the quads engaged. Keep your shoulders back, your elbows up like Cupid wings. And then inhale, slowly come up to stand. Good, when you come up to stand, we're gonna do that same sequence to the other side. So the left foot's gonna turn. The arms are gonna lift shoulder height. We'll stretch over the left leg, windmill down, triangle pose. The feet are grounded, maybe even roll the left shoulder back. Maybe fan the fingers wide on the upper hand. And invite the affirmation in, energy and joy flow down to me. As you exhale, cast your gaze down towards your left foot, lunge that knee, spin off your back heel. Now this is, I didn't mention blocks before, but thank you, Lily. Absolutely, if you need blocks, you can add them in, bringing the floor to you. From here though, we're gonna hop the back foot a baby step forward, plant it down, float the hands up, and stand. All right, hands to the hips at first. Now if you feel a little tipsy, if you heel toe the front foot over, it's gonna help as you widen your feet. Otherwise, square the hips, both hip points pointed straight ahead. Bring the arms out in front for archer's pose. Curl the fingers in. This time the right shoulder draws back. Your gaze is at your left thumb. Place the thumb to the top of the head. and slowly rotate left. Find your range of motion and pause. Keep breathing and affirm and focus on sending love out into the world. Maybe twist a tad bit more. Beautiful. Good. Exhale, let's unwind. Don't let your head come first. Keep looking at your hand, keep looking at your hand. Concentrate. Concentration leads to meditation. Meditation to the state of yoga. And relax your arms. Stack them to your legs. Lift your heart. Exhale, slowly dive it over that front leg. Squeezing the left hip in. Gazing towards the toes as you glue that big toe down, or spilling the head more to maybe look towards your knee. Pyramid pose. And then on your next in-breath, slowly begin to lift. Once you lift all the way up, we're gonna relax the arms, step the foot up to the front, and bring the hands to prayer position. So I know we completely modified the moon out, but the full moon is gonna be on Friday, and the full moon is the wolf moon. So to honor that, we're gonna do just one sun sal. Inhale, let your arms lift. Exhale, bring the hands together and fold straight down the middle to your Uttanasana. As you inhale, step into plank. Hold here and build some strength. All right, rock forward, lower down to chaturanga like a low push-up. Go ahead and land your knees, but push with your hands to slide the heart through and up like you're howling towards the moon. Wolf moon. Okay, exhale, curl the toes. Let's draw in from the belly. Let's slowly rock back, downward facing dog. Being in this inverted V shape with our body, head angled between the upper arms, so we're looking back beyond the feet. Now this inversion is great for our third eye, our sixth chakra, that governs our sixth sense of intuition. Let the energy flow down towards the brow. And even in biblical scriptures, it says, if thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be filled with light. Let's travel the feet forward, slowly up towards the hands. You can lift your hands along the way and bend your knees. And once you bend your knees, draw in through the navel and roll it up one vertebra at a time, straightening the legs, straightening the back, and dropping the shoulders. Okay, we're gonna do a bouncing pose. Since we talked about Shiva liking to dance, this is the Indian dance. You know what? Let's stand on the wood floor because I want you to experience how sometimes the squishy mat can sometimes be a hindrance for balance. So let's just be flat on the floor with the left foot. So step it just a baby step forward and line up your hip, knee, ankle. We're gonna do the wisdom mudra today because my thumbs can't take the other mudra. Getting old. Arms up. And then we're gonna lift the right knee, flare it open, and kick up that heel. Now this is the gentle way to do the pose. In the last group, I made them hinge forward and balance, but I want to keep us here today. Remember, this motion of our legs or positioning also represents compassion in action. All right, let's relax the arms in the front. All right, let's step forward with the right foot. And then when you bring that alignment in, heel, knee, ankle, lift your arms up with the mudra representing wisdom. Thumb and index fingers together. Lift off that back foot. Flare the hip and the knee open. Flex the ankle. breathe. Nice. And exhale, release. All right, so I want to try something. Lily and I have little experiments. We're going to separate the feet. She said on Monday, oh, what is that? Fitbit, is that what it's called? Yeah. She got more steps in. And Sharon said, I think it was because of the twisting Creo we did. So we're going to do a twisting Creo. We're just going to test it out. Right. So we're going to have the knees soft because when we turn, the hips are going to turn and you want your knees to be able to go with. All right, your arms are loose and limp. So remember, twist is great for the lymphatic system, digestive system, endocrine system. It's a natural adjustment for the spine. It helps to reduce lactic acid that builds up in the muscles if they're not getting a lot of movement. And it helps to bring the energy up to the brain. Okay. And it feels good. And if you're having a hot flash, like I'm going through lately, this can be natural air conditioning. All right, come back to center, palms facing forward, but keep your eyes open. Because I want you to feel that rush, right? That blood rush, that energy rush to the head, but stabilize your eyes and your breath. I'm gonna grab 2 blocks because I failed to get mine. We're gonna come down and we're going to, okay, it did it. It did it? All right, bring the blocks down and stack them. Not too wide. If it's too wide, the bolster is going to go in the middle. You want the bolster to be set on top. And then if you guys coming back to me, so is it great for you? You know, I'll trust you to figure out what sort of pose you need best. I think it should work fine, but you're the one having the experience in your body. We scoot a little closer. And then be careful, you know, because these blocks are made of foam, basically. Your calves line up on top. Roll down to the back. And we're going to flip the hands open. So this class is gentle / restorative. We started with movement. We brought in some of the characters. The pose is named after these characters. And we also were honoring the full moon coming with the moon salutation. So in this moment, I just want you to relax and breathe, but affirm the affirmation we use with the sun and the moon Saturn. Salutations to the sun, to the moon, to the awakening light within, and to the dawning of a higher state of consciousness in all beings. In the restorative options, you're trying to relax the body. As we relax the body, we're shifting out of the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system. Where we can de-stress digest. This pose, if you want something to meditate with, I encourage you to meditate on the sound in the room. The mantra of Om. The universal sound of vibration. This gives you a little preview for Shavasana. Back to the corpse pose, but for now, I want you to increase the flow of your breath. I would like you to stretch your arms overhead. And as you exhale, gently hug the knees in towards your abdomen and chest. Don't worry if the thoughts fall away. Cradle in. Notice how it lengthens the low back. Wrap yourself up with mental love and kindness towards yourself. Do a gentle swaying from side to side to massage the back muscles, to give a little love to your kidneys. And then roll completely to one side of your body. once you acclimate there for a breath or two, please push down through the top hand. Rise back up and set your palms to the side. We'll be a little bit more gentle. And then we're gonna come back to horse pose. So let's bring this all to the feet together. And if you're limited on one side, you know, you can do Janu Sirsasana in your place. So as we hold the feet together, notice if the feet are squeezing together, the knees lift a little higher and the hips cinch in. So we actually want to rotate the hips open. So we're gonna drop the thumbs and we're gonna open the feet out like a plug. So the knees drop a little bit and you get that external rotation. Now slide up into your heart by pulling the sternum up and out, hinge and fold over the feet and find your edge of flexibility. Wherever that may be, remember we're all unique. We all store stress and tension in different places. So honor where you feel the edge. Go get breaths. This is good for whenever you have, well, it's good anyway for the hips and the inner thighs, but whenever you're dealing with any type of issues with your reproductive organs, your ovaries, urinary tract, bladder, this can be very healing for those times. Inhale, bring it up. All right, we're gonna lace the hands. And we're gonna stack them just behind the head. You may want to slide your feet just slightly forward. All right, on the in breath, we're gonna lean the head back into the hands, slay the arms out, open up the heart. And as we exhale, pull into the belly, round to the back, and lower the elbows into your temples. And then inhale, lift and open. Exhale, squeeze in. Again, inhale, lifting and opening. And then exhale, squeeze. Good. Inhale, lift back up. And as you exhale, right hand behind your back, left hand to the right ankle or right knee. Yeah, it kind of depends on what feels comfortable. So it's amazing. I've been doing yoga 20 years and I'm still learning things about myself. You know, our practice is consistently changing. And sometimes, you know, we get openings and sometimes we realize we're just doing too much. And lately I've been noticing I've been cranking my neck way too much in twists. So if you feel that, you know, just kind of loosen up a little bit. As you exhale, let's go ahead and take it over to the other side. So again, the hand can land to the feet, shin and knee. You can slightly pull with your right hand, slightly push with your left hand. Channel the breath up and down, in and out. Exhale, release. All right, so you may want that bolster under your knees, right? Just for some additional support. But you may want to just do corpse pose without any props whatsoever. So go ahead and lower down to your back and just test the waters here. This is what we always go up for, especially today with our this that we brought in. So this is where we want to find a comfortable held position where we want to be at liberty to even let go of the breath. So the breath almost becomes like a vapor, just barely flowing. The more we let go. So the movement was the doing. And now we're relaxing into the aspect of simply be. Just be. Barely breathe. But the true intention, again, is to absorb the energy, to integrate the benefits, and to simply be an observer, a witness of it all. I'll give you the time now to be completely and utterly still, to cultivate some quiet. Just tap in to that soulful part of yourself. It's just simply watching, listen, feel. More life force energy into yourself. You may want to pump your hands into a fist and stretch out the fingers a few times. You may want to point, flex, the feet, or rotate your wrist or ankles. Then you want to bend your knees and swish them side to side. Coming back through center, hugging them in, rolling away to your favorite side. Pushing down to the top hands, return to a comfortable seat. Sitting upright, eyes turned down. We're going to end with the same pranayama we started with. So let's circle the arms overhead. Place your palms together above. Then take a deep breath in. Hold. And breathe out. Breathe in. Hollow out the belly. Exhale, soft the belly. One more. Exhale it out. Keep the hands overhead. We'll breathe in here. We'll exhale, only hands to heart. Deep breath in. May there be peace, peace, everlasting peace. May we experience the peace that passes all understanding. Thank you for joining today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna miss you on Wednesdays, but I'll be here on Mondays.
We will be here.